What's going on, guys? This is Roy Lopez here with Mi Casa TV. I brought today along with us Eloy Benavides
Mm-hmm.
with Altera Home
Yes,
Loans.
sir. How are you? How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. So far, so good.
Hey.
I wanted to bring you in today because you have for us a real good program that's going to help out a lot of buyers.
The latest and newest, the hottest, right?
Yeah.
It's hot, man. It's coming out, and it's good stuff. I'm with Altera Home Loans. Been with them for several years now. I'm currently serve as the role of a regional VP here in the area, and it's gone well for us.
Mhm.
We're focused on a lot of not just Hispanic products, but a lot of our focus has been home buyers, first-time home buyers, and minority home buyers. And when you're dealing with that kind of demographic, the challenges are different. Dealing with traditional banks, they all want the normal stuff, what we call the bread and butter, the
Right.
Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA. And that's great. There's a lot of business there. That doesn't fit all the people, especially people of our communities, of our background. Sometimes they just don't quite fit the mix. They're just different. They don't file taxes the right way. Maybe they have some cash. Maybe they have extra businesses. And that's all right. We,
Yeah.
we figured it out. So we came out with a new program, and it's called Finally Home, and it's changed the game for us, man. It really has. We've gone through what we call a shift in the market here
Hmm.
recently,
Yeah.
and that's okay. We figured it out, and this program is going to help us create a lot of home buyers where there weren't before. And this product is specifically for people that may have a challenge in the past with down payment, with documentation as far as their income, and maybe coming up with some assets, and maybe even what we call it citizenship or residency issues.
Hurdles, big hurdles that
Yeah, yeah.
everyone normally denies them for, right?
Yeah, if you go to Bank of America and you show up with your tax returns that have $12,000 on it for a year, they're going to laugh at you. You're going to say, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't help you with that. It's
Yeah.
just not enough money." And they're right. It's not. But in reality, you made a lot more money, but your
Not
tax
reporting.
preparer got a little aggressive
Right.
and took you up, and they took make sure you didn't have to pay a lot of taxes. But when you go buy a house, not the same situation. Now you're in trouble because you don't have enough income on
Exactly.
paper. Well, guess what? We don't care for tax returns. We're going to go off bank statements. As long as you're putting that money in the bank every monthly basis for 3 months, we're going to take the average. And we're going to come up with that income. So now instead of making 12,000 a month, or excuse me, 12,000 a year on your taxes, you're making 12,000 a month on your bank
Hmm.
statements, and that's what we use. So as a bank, I'm going to take your income, 12,000 a month. That's $1,000, 12,000 a year. That's $1,000 a month. If you make $1,000 a month, the banks will say you can have half of that in debt, 500 bucks. 500 bucks is not a house; it's a car.
It's nothing.
You can't buy a house with
No.
500 bucks.
Yeah.
So you're going to get denied. Every bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, any mortgage companies will say, "Sorry, we can't help you out," and that's the reality of it. It sucks. It's true. Well, we created a program that says, we'll take your bank statements. Give me 3 months. Average amount. Okay, looks good. That's $12,000 a month, not a year. So now you can have a payment of half, which is $6,000. That means you can buy a house for $850,000. Same person, same credit, just the different way we look at income now is different. So that's number one difference to this program. Number two difference is down payment. Most banks require 3.5%, 5%. Normal. There's some programs that help you with assistance for closing costs. They're going to help you with 2, 3, 4, 5%, and that's great. They have income requirements. They're going to require tax returns. The DPAs will, the assistance programs. So once again, same situation. If your income is not very strong, trying to get assistance, you're not going to qualify.
Hmm.
Our program doesn't care for that. We're going to go off the bank statement income. We're going to let you get assistance too. Now, is it 100%? Maybe it's close, but you have to pay your closing costs. So you have to bring 5% roughly to the table. So if you're buying a $200 house, $200,000 is going to get you somewhere around $10,000 out of pocket.
300,000. So that's what, like
300,
15K,
15,000,
15K.
right?
Okay.
So that's your closing cost and down payment and everything put together.
There we go.
So in the past market, you're looking at 5% down, 15,000 plus closing costs, another 8,000 plus any overage you had to pay. You're looking at 15 plus 8
twenty
plus
thousand
10.
dollars, and it got really tough.
Yeah,
It's
it's
been
been
really
tough.
really tough for a lot of the clients that are barely making it. They have money. They've got $50,000 to put down for down payment and closing cost, but then when it comes to anything else extra, it's like
They didn't have it. They weren't
they're
ready
tight.
for it,
They're
right?
tight.
Because they've been
Exactly.
saving
They're
for
not ready for
years.
it.
They've been saving for years. A
Yeah.
couple $100 here and there. 15,000 is just enough. And then the market comes in and it gets really aggressive. You got a bit over. What does that mean? Well, I've got to put an extra $10,000.
Yeah.
Where's that going to come from? It's going to take me years to save it up again. Well, that market's gone, and now we have a program which is 5% total. Forget closing costs extra. Forget the overage. Now it's 5% out of your pocket, right? So we're getting rid of tax requirements. You have 5% out of pocket, not down, out of
Out of
pocket,
pocket. I love that.
which is everything. It's down payment and closing costs, 5%. And on top of that, we're allowing you to have mixed residency types. What does that mean? Well, if you're not familiar with it, a lot of us are citizens. A lot of us aren't. right? This nation is great because we have a mixed bag of cultures, civilizations, and because we have different immigration statuses, right? So we go from citizen to resident to visa, and there's all these things in between. At the very bottom, there's this thing called ITIN, ITIN. And the ITIN is an individual tax identification number. It's given to you by the IRS when you're trying to become a citizen. You go to the IRS and you request a number. It doesn't mean you have the right to be here. It doesn't mean you have the right to work here. It doesn't say anything besides IRS, I am paying taxes on the money I earned here. That's it. That is step number one to becoming a citizen in this country. You have to declare income, and then you can go file for your residency, your citizenship, your visa, whatever it is. But step number one is filing taxes. So with that number one step, ITIN, we can now help you buy a house. Forget being a resident, forget being a citizen. We can help you buy a house with the intent of you becoming a citizen.
Exactly.
So I call it transitional citizenship. You're becoming a citizen now, right? You're working on it. You're taking steps to join this great country. We don't have to wait. I read an article this morning that said Chinese corporations spent I forget how many billions, I'm not gonna lie, like $60 billion in American real estate last year.
Yep.
Chinese corporations bought most of America last year, but yet a person that's working here that is making money, that is contributing to the economy can't.
They're struggling for it. Yeah.
That's the misnomer, right? We have that. We can do that. And so the Chinese companies are basically taking advantage of what we should be taking advantage of. We should be doing. So on that fact, we're we're allowing people that aren't even citizens, that aren't American, to buy companies just like a Chinese corporation. So when they come in, they can buy with an I-10 with 5% out of their pocket with no tax returns. They're still claiming taxes. Trust me, they're paying taxes. They're paying more than fair share taxes. They're not getting any benefits. They're getting that done, but they're working on becoming a citizen and buying a house, which is the way you become wealthy in this country. Is based on real estate, right? So this product allows no tax returns. It allows 5% out of pocket. It allows every kind of citizenship in between, and that's what makes it so great. Is we know who our consumers are, first-time buyers that come in this country, and we're helping them make sense of what hasn't made sense for them. A mortgage wasn't created with the mindset of let's help this consumer buy. It was made with let's pick the best qualified client, and that's it. We've been using that for 20 years. What about this client? Well, he's okay, but he's not the best qualified. Now we're like, get rid of that. Let's get with who can actually
This
buy.
program's opening the door for a lot more clients that
Man, families,
have
generations.
had struggles and hurdles to get, you know, for instance, like citizenship. So now, I mean, at least for the most part, it's allowing the ones that are trying to get that foot in the door and say, hey, I've got money. I'm making good money. Yeah, I may not be reporting it, but I'm at least having something
Yeah,
coming to the table,
yeah.
right? So I'm really
So
excited for
that's
it.
what we call it. We call it finally home. That's what we call it finally home because finally we can help you get into a house, right? Finally, after all these years, after all this stuff, we figured it out. Finally home,
Okay.
and it's come that way because we figured out. All right, we got it. So it's a very neat program. It's specific to Altero Home Loans. We're the number one producer of that nationwide, the only producer of it, and it's gaining momentum. It's getting traction,
I love
and
it.
an amazing solution to a lot of problems, not just one, several. And it's not the only problem we have. We have a lot of programs. We have bank statement programs. We have investor programs. We have land financing for ITIN. We have all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
This is the most exciting one because it's new and the timing to the market is immaculate. The fact that we now have to create buyers and this is the time to do it is amazing. We have tons of potential, way to create clients, way to generate more home buyers. We get more business for
Yeah.
our realtor partners,
Yeah.
and it just goes hand in hand. And this is a great time for previous home buyers that have been burned by the market for 2 years. It's been
Mhm.
tough.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. But if you're on the sidelines for 2 years, this is your chance. Everybody cooled off,
Yeah.
right? And now a program came on that has the best of everything, and you can buy with very little competition out
I
there.
was at a back to school fair the other day, like
Mhm.
last Saturday, and no lie, I was coming up to the people. I was telling them, hey, this is the kind of program that we're having. It's a new program, and everyone that I heard said, all right, I want to join.
Yeah,
I need to be a part of this.
yeah.
I've got the money for it. It's because they see all these other banks that they're asking 10% down, and it's super high interest rate. So this is at least a great initiative for those clients, like we said, that are struggling to get some funds together. They're struggling to, at least for the most part, come through with making it with what they have.
Yeah, making do with what they have, the bank statements, the cash deposits. That's important that we know how they work. There's nothing illegal about this loan. There's
No.
nothing illegal about our
Yeah.
people. This is all above board. It's all been regulated. It's all going through FHA. It's all
Mhm.
going through different corporations that are above board. Believe me, we just figured it out. We knew how to do it. And we knew who our consumer was. We knew what to adjust, and we created this product, created it from the ground up, specifically knowing what our consumers needed, and we're guinea pigging it. We've got it down, and now we're growing it because
Yeah.
it's necessary, man. It really is. Our people need something, and this is their solution to home ownership. Because if you don't get it now, I mean, your parents have been in the business for a minute. Houses in the neighborhood used
Yeah.
to be $50,000. The same house is $400,000. What's it going to be in 20 more years? A million.
No.
So if we don't get in now, we're not going to get in.
Exactly.
So this is our chance to take advantage of that. And like we said, the housing is the foundation of wealth, not just owning one, but multiple, passing it to your children, helping them create
Yeah.
properties and investment properties and all that kind of good stuff. And you're in a very precarious situation because your parents have showed you that, but not everybody has that capability.
Mhm.
I was talking to my grandma yesterday, and she's like, nobody taught me, my grandma. It's like nobody taught us how to buy houses. Nobody taught us how to invest, how
Yeah.
to flip, how to manage properties. This is step one. Buying your first home, you get that courage, you get that success,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden your kids saw you buy a house, and they're like, "Well, my dad owned a house. Why can't I?"
It's not gonna
Right? And
stop me.
it
Exactly.
becomes generational. And my grandma actually said this yesterday. She said it's a generational curse. I'm like, exactly what it is. It's a generational curse. You didn't know. Your mom didn't know. You didn't teach your kids, which is my mom. My mom didn't know. So I had to go out and learn school hard knocks like,
Yeah.
like your dad did. So so that's how we figured it out. But now you have that advantage. So we need to pass this on, and we're the people that make that change today.
Hmm.
And we plant that seed for our families today. It can be done. 5% is all it takes. Wow, never heard of it. Let's go today, because your kids have to have that example. They're going to see you succeed, and they're going to be successful by default.
Let me ask you this real quick. Let's backtrack a little bit. What credit score do you need to have for this type of program?
This requires a 580 FICO score if you're
Okay.
W-2. If you're self-employed and you have 1099s, if you have any kind of cash income, we're going to look at 620 FICO score.
625. Okay.
But it's still strong, because right now, if you go to any other program, FHA, they require 620, and they're going off tax return income.
Hmm.
So if you have any kind of side business, any kind of extra business that you're getting cash and putting it in the bank, this helps you qualify for a little bit more, because
Hmm.
I can use that cash income,
There we go.
right? If you have two jobs, we can use the second job after 3 months. If you've been paying rent for 3 months and you have proof of it, we can use that as your history, and we can qualify you at that point in time. So this is a little bit like FHA, which you guys may or may not have heard of. This is a lot more flexible. We've opened it up knowing what our clients need. There's second jobs. We're in an Uber economy right now,
Hmm.
right? People Uber, people Lyft, people do
Yeah. The whole
Instacart.
gamut.
That income's coming in. It's not being reported 100%, right? But if you're putting it in your bank and you're getting a normal job, I can use both incomes and qualify you for more now. The other bank can't do that,
Hmm.
right? So all of a sudden, instead of qualifying for $100,000 house, now you're 250. Now we're in the game.
There we go.
5% down, that's $12,000, 12.5. That's not that hard to come up with. That force.
It's a bit of prep work beforehand just to get all the documents together, but
Yeah.
at least once we get
$2,000 a month mortgage. It doesn't make sense. You're going to
exactly.
default. We're both going to be out of business. So I have to be able to prove that you make twice that amount. So if you want a $2,000 a month mortgage, you need to make $4,000 a month. How do we prove that your taxes showed you made $12,000 last year?
Hmm.
Well, let's go off your bank statements.
There we go.
What's your deposit show? You got cash money? Put it in the bank. Start depositing it. That gets your income up. That gets your amounts up. Now we're talking, right? But if you don't have proof, there's no loan. I hate to say it. We have to have proof of income. We have to have proof of assets. We have to have proof of your credit identification. I want to make sure that you're who I'm working with. I don't want to make sure I'm dealing with another Jose Lopez that's down in Guadalajara. That's a different guy who's trying to sue your house. We don't want that. We want IDs. We need to make sure you're a legitimate person. We want proof of income. Make sure you have legitimate income. And we want assets. Make sure it's your money.
Yeah. Same thing with the rental history, right? You need what, 3 months,
3 months of
6 months?
rental history. So make sure you're paying your landlord, make everybody on time, with a documentable transfer, whether it's a check, which nobody has checks anymore, or it's a Zelle,
Hmm.
or it's a transfer of money, or you're withdrawing money from the bank. At least withdraw the same amount every single time.
Right.
If you're gonna pay cash, withdraw it from the bank and pay cash. That way I can say, look, you took $1,000 the first every month because that's going to rent. Oh, I can see it now, as opposed to
Hmm.
pulling cash from who knows where.
Hmm.
That's a ghost. We can't prove ghosts exist,
Right.
right? So
Cool.
it's a great product, man. We love it. We're excited about it. Dallas is our hometown. We're gonna be rocking it with this product. We'd love to share this with your agency, your group, your audience, because this is gonna be something that's gonna be big for us. It already is big for us.
Yeah.
We have right now, man. Every time I say it, it grows more. It's about 40 families we have right now in line for underwriting approval.
There we
And we've
go.
only been doing this for about a month or two with this product. So 40 families, and it's growing.
It did grow because last I saw you gave us a talk. When was it? About a week ago,
Yeah, it was
and
like
it was half of
20,
that.
like 15. Yeah, yeah. It's every day. It's like here's more, here's more, and I'm having to hire people to do it, and that's great. We're happy to do it.
Right.
But we need to make sure that it's getting there, it's getting traction, we're getting people approved, and you're gonna see a big. We're gonna change lives, man. This product is gonna change not just the homeowner's life, but the kids' lives, and that's what's so important about what
Mhm.
you and I do. We're planting seeds. We're impacting people's lives for generations to come, and that, man, you can't buy that kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm really
Yeah.
really excited for it. Where can we find you, Eloy?
AskEloy.com. Check me out. AskEloy.com on Facebook. Ask Eloy Bendavides is my professional on Facebook. Ask Eloy B on Instagram. I think it's Ask Eloy on TikTok. Check me out. Just do Google. You'll find me all over the place. I'm
Awesome.
on YouTube. I do videos. All over spot. If you guys have any questions, just contact me
Feel
on
free to reach out.
WhatsApp, on Facebook, message me. Roy's always a great way to get a hold of me as well. He knows how he's got the number to the hotline. He can get a hold of me real quick.
Personal self. Yeah, thank you so much, Eloy. I really do appreciate it. This is revolutionary. This is, in my
Can be
opinion, one of the better programs that I've heard in a long time.
long, long time.
I'm super excited for it. I just want to say thank you so much, man.
No problem. Thank you. I
Appreciate it.
appreciate it. Thank you, bud.